I'm back. Hey everyone, we're back again with yet another live stream this evening, Wednesday hump day. For you beautiful people, we're back with the 40k show, so thank you all for joining us. If you haven't already, whether you're watching live or on demand, please make sure you smash all of those magical YouTube buttons for us. Hit like if you enjoy it, smash subscribe if you haven't already, and hit that bell notification icon if you want to be notified every single time we go live or drop a new video. It's different tonight. It's Liam's sympathy fund now. Today's been a bit shit. Today's been so shit, actually, that we've decided to cancel the game tomorrow. All right, but we will have another Talking Heads. I will still do an hour and a half stream for you people, and we'll talk about something. But we are here again to talk about something Warhammer related, and this is something Joe pointed out to me the other day, actually, and I took it direct to Games Workshop and said, "Hey, this is a problem." And their response, quite openly, was, okay, cool, open to suggestions. How do we fix this? Like, what do we do about it? And so if you're going to send a big, colourful postcard in tonight, if you're going to super chat $9.99 US or more for Amy to read it out, that's what I want your focus to be. How would you fix this? And I'm going to show you the problem, actually. I was supposed to have this prepped, and I'm not prepared. I had a sneezing fit just before the stream. But I'm going to show you what the issue is. Okay, so as you all know, The End and the Death Volume 2 came out recently on the Warhammer website, and The End and the Death is a limited edition book, or there is a limited edition version of the book. Hang on, chat. Okay, we're here. Right, okay. So this book is a limited edition version of the book, right? And it went on sale, and there was a limited number. I don't remember how many there was, but there was a limited number on sale on the GW website. And a lot of people, that might happen a lot, by the way. A lot of people, fucking hell. A lot of people would have really wanted the limited edition version, okay? And then Joe's the one that sent me this image recently, and I'm going to share it with you now. He sent me a mobile version, which you may have seen something similar on the screenshot on the thumbnail of the channel. But this is what he showed me, okay? This is The End of the Death Volume 2 signed, limited edition, remember, right? On eBay. Let's have a look how many there are. Wow. There's another set of pages. Now, is that, or is that not, a monumental problem? Is it, or is it not a monumental problem? If we go back up to the top, right? Let's count the rows together, chat. We know there's 4 in a row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28 minus 2. So 28 times 4 is more than my brain can handle right now. 28 times 4, 112. Minus 2. So there's 110 End and the Death Volume 2 listings on eBay right now. And there are people out there who didn't get their hands on it. How many did they make in total? How many did they make in total? And if you look at them, if you have seen them, £270, £300, £330, £400. Now, correct me if I'm mistaken, chat. I believe these go up for sale at £50 a time, the limited edition books. I might be wrong. £400 or best offer, £350, £280 or best offer, £400 or best offer, £400 or best offer, £500 or best offer, £350, £300, £400, £350, £400, £400. Like, what? Now, I am very tempted to go through and report all 110 people, because it's absolute fucking nonsense, to say the very least. Right?
The Mr. Dempsey, winking face. The fix is to not stop them, Release more. Flood it with supply.
So Joe sent me the message. Okay, Joe sent me the message, and I forwarded it on to GW directly. And I had a conversation with GW about it, who said, open to suggestions. What do you think we should do? And I don't think this is something that Games Workshop wants to happen, to be fair. Okay. So I genuinely believe they'd like to do something to stop it, because, I said to Joe, okay, this is the response. Like, how do we fix it? What do you want to do? And he's like, he gave me all of these suggestions. He said one per customer doesn't necessarily stop scalpers, and you can make bots that are quick enough to create new accounts and buy new ones nowadays. So he said made to order. The problem is, for this specific copy of the book at least, GW are selling limited edition that are signed. Limited edition that are signed. So how do you make it limited edition if it's made to order? You kind of can't, really. I guess you could have the made to order only run for like 2 weeks, I suppose. And then, you know, perhaps at that point you go, well, it's still limited because we only did made to order for 2 weeks. Are you plugged in? You happy, are you? Luce is here, chat. Say hello, Luce. So I guess you could go like made to order for a fortnight only and then it's done. And that way, anybody that wants one will get one, and scalpers will be like, well, anyone who wants one's going to buy one from the made-to-order website anyway. But what you can't do at that point is say, this is copy number 3 of 2,500. Can you? Something fell over outside. We're not going to look at it. We won't look at it now. We'll worry about it later. I'm not looking now. But 110 listings of the End and the Death at £200 to £400 is a real problem. It's a real problem. Don't get me wrong. Personally, for me, scalpers are the worst, some of the worst human beings out there. Literally profiteering off of other people's desirables for something. This is I can't let myself get too angry about this. Oh, by the way, you might hear Luce sniffling in the background. She's come out on it today now, haven't you? Yeah. Sympathy cold.
And my right eye just randomly goes bloodshot, leaks, and then calms down again.
Yeah, dribbles, yeah. Your eye dribbles.
It's a beautiful day to be alive.
I think she keeps crying at how beautiful her husband is.
Yeah, that's it.
So I don't know necessarily what the answer is, because I can't come up with an answer that keeps the limited editionness that they're currently going for. What I do hope is that all the scalpers that bought 10 copies at 500 quid and got them on eBay, I hope no one buys them and they just sit there forever. I hope they just sit there forever and no one buys them for £300.
Best way to fix this would be to have pre-orders for say 4 months to ensure that everyone that wants one can have one, and they then never do a reels. So it is still limited but avoids this problem.
Like, to be honest with you, Josh, at the moment that's exactly where I go. That's exactly where I go with it. So I don't know how else they can do it personally and keep it kind of limited and stop scalpers, unless they quite literally employ people to find every eBay listing that is a scalper and report them. And I don't know if they actually can do that or if they would even bother to pay to do that, right? I'm not sure. Adrian, thank you so much for the 5 gifted on the Liam Sympathy Fund. We'll see how much sympathy everyone has for Liam right now. Do you have any sympathy for Liam, Luce?
No. You've infected me. I have no sympathy for you.
I don't think you'll find it come from me. It did not come from me.
You have infected me. No, someone else infected you.
No, it's come from the nurglings. It's not come from me. It's come from a pair of horrific little nurglings. It's not come from me. I think there should be sympathy.
I like Carl's t-shirt. I wore a t-shirt at Warhammer Fest that said "Scalpers are scum." Got some looks from Scalper scum. You can tell the eyes are too close together.
We should. So one of our on our to-do list of things to do in the new studio, although not directly related to the new studio, but directly related to how much time we have.
Robert, this is my bet repaid. Sad that England, Black Flag, lost the rugby football match. But a bet is a bet. Wish you all the best health-wise, Liam. Hope Luce and the kids are not too bad still.
I solved the rugby final issue anyway, Adrian. I'll show you. I solved it. I solved the problem. So to solve the rugby final issue that England aren't in anymore, we just we got one of these ones. That's what we did. Solves the problem, right? So now I still in the final. That's how it works. That's what I watch everybody else. That's what everyone else does in football. I'm from Coventry. Who do you support? Manchester United. Oh, okay. Great granddad in Manchester, was he? Does this happen in the US? Right. Here's an aside, because I'm going to get annoyed about scalpers all night. But an aside, okay. In the US, what's some teams that exist in American football?
Help
me. Miami Dolphins. That's a thing on Ace Ventura. That's a thing, right? That's a channel.
Is it?
That's a channel.
Are you sure it's
team.
not just an Ace Ventura team?
It might be. I don't know.
Okay.
New England Patriots. They exist.
Because she poopy.
Because she poopy, yeah, they exist.
I sing that every time Emmy crouches down for poo. I go, she poopy.
Do you have, like, people that are born in fucking California somewhere who are New England Patriots fans? Is that a thing?
Is that just a Family Guy team?
No, New England Patriots and Tom Brady are real.
She poopy.
Peter Griffin playing for them is not real, but...
New York Giants.
Is that a thing that happens, though? Do people do that in America? 49ers, Green Bay Packers. Here comes all the
Yeah,
American...
I think it is, actually.
I fucking love American football, by the way.
I think it's just you support a team.
Does it happen, though? Does it happen? Do you people... does it happen in America?
I'm going to say
It's a
yes.
thing. Apparently it's a thing.
Yeah.
Really?
Dolphins are real and they're not fish. I know this now.
Dallas Cowboys, but we all know why people support Dallas Cowboys, because of the cheerleaders.
Oh, yeah. Cheerleading. I'm seeing more of it over here now.
I live in Seattle, but Brandon, were you born in Seattle? Because he says I'm a huge Pittsburgh Steelers fan. Is that a thing, though? So in the UK, I'm just curious as to whether this happens everywhere. In the UK, this was particularly bad when I was at school when you're kids. And when you're kids, being a football fan, as I was back then before I discovered the wonders of rugby, is a little bit more tribal. In fact, football in the UK in general, and by football I mean for you Americans, I mean soccer, obviously, is incredibly tribal. And you'd have what can only really be described as glory supporters. Mm-hmm. And so you'd be at school. Now, I live in a city called Southampton, who have their own football club, Southampton Football Club, whose nickname was the Saints, because they used to be the St Mary's was their team. So the nickname's the Saints. And I would say that most football fans at the school were Saints fans, because born and bred and raised and all that kind of stuff. But you would get a significant number, back then at least, of Manchester United fans, Liverpool fans. Who were the other big teams? Chelsea had a spot right at the top because that was when they got bought out by Abramovich. And these people that supported these teams. Why are you Manchester? Why are you a Liverpool fan? Oh, because my dad's uncle's mum's cousin's cat came from Liverpool. Oh, okay. So it's genuine bloodline. Then it absolutely exists. It's a thing. Does that happen? Fucking hell. Does that happen in America? Is that a thing? When I moved to LA, I was Chargers 49ers fan. Now I'm home in New England, so it's Go Pates. So you changed teams because of where you were. Interesting. Oh no, Britney Spears, hero of the Warhammer universe.
I think her book's out. I really want to read it.
Good old Broccoli Spears. Thank you for the 20 gifted for the Liam Sympathy Fund. It's not a lot of sympathy, but it's the most sympathy shown so far. So thank you, Broccoli Spears. Britney Shining Spears. You're a hero. Cheers, John. Liam Russ, thanks, John. Yeah, absolutely. I love American football. I prefer rugby, to be clear, but I do like American football. I'm a fan of American football. I don't have a team, though. I don't have a particular team that I like in American football. So...
I don't understand all the gear. I don't understand all the gear.
Armour?
Yeah.
Because they're weaker than us.
Because rugby is very similar.
Yes.
I get it's not exactly the same, but it's very similar, and we don't have any of the gear apart from a scrum cap and some masking tape.
They're optional. They're optional
They're
extras,
optional
as are
extras.
normally your teeth
And your bollocks.
and a straight nose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw someone did the lift, and he didn't wear the right pair of boxers, and it was like, oh, that's so nearly needs pixelating. Yeah. So nearly.
Stephen has some sympathy. Thanks, man, for the gifted. So, you're all amazing people. So Josh gave us his suggestion. Like I said, if you have, we're going to talk nonsense all night, of course. I say all night until the normal finishing time of 10:30. So if you have some sympathy to give, !gift, !member, You can join the channel or you can gift some memberships if you have some sympathy to gift. If we've got 215 people in chat right now, if everyone gives a single gifted membership, we will in fact smash through tonight's total and make up for the lack of last night. And I'm aiming off for the fact that I might get to some point this week and have to stop streaming if my voice goes. I'm trying to aim off for that, chat, right? So you can help. You can create the sickness fund. If, however, you want to talk about scalpers and your thoughts and feels about scalpers, then they can come in big, colourful yellow postcards or above, and she'll read them out to us. But I want to know I genuinely want to know what you guys think, because I find myself getting like disproportionately angry at this, and I'm not a person who wanted the end of the Death Volume 2. I have Volume 1, limited edition, and I'd actually like Volume 2. But I'm most certainly not going to pay $400 for Volume 2. So I'm kind of mildly annoyed by it. But then saying that, when it went up for pre-order, I didn't actually go to the website and try and get a copy, so I'm not completely annoyed. And yet I do find myself becoming irrationally angry at scalpers. And if a product goes out of stock because a codex comes out and suddenly Howling Banshees are very good or Space Marine Interceptors are amazing, and I have to wait a while because Games Workshop's production level isn't good enough, I'm mildly annoyed, but oh well, I'll wait a bit because I'm not a complete meta chaser. I'm not worried about the fact that they might go out of favour. But when it's something like this, limited edition, that people really desperately want, and I know people that have got all of the books in limited edition bar this last one, and then they didn't get it on time, despite one guy had the literally from 11 seconds for it going live on the website, had it in his cart, went through the checkout, the website froze a bit. When he finally got there, wouldn't let him have it because they'd all sold out, and then there's 110 of them on eBay for over £300 each.
Yeah.
They're £50 for Games Workshop. £50 when you buy
but
it.
You said that each one has its own serial code.
I believe each one has its own.
So surely that's traceable, and then you
so
find on eBay.
I think they are traceable, and I think that it is possible to go on eBay and report them and stop them from being able to sell them at all on eBay as new product. But I don't know that for a fact, and GW would have to pay money to employ people to do it, and I don't think they would be prepared to do that.
Well, what would be the line to stop them from selling it? Because they've bought it, it's theirs.
Yeah, but at the moment, I don't think the book's out yet. There's 110 listings on, and the book's only on pre-order right now.
Hey, how does that?
So the book goes up on Games Workshop's website on Saturday at 10 o'clock for pre-order a week in advance, because everything's pre-order a week in advance on the Games Workshop website, sometimes 2 weeks.
Okay.
The scalpers have gone and bought them, and when they've confirmed they've got 10, they put all 10 of them on eBay. Straight away.
Right.
GW should implement single order online with store collection only. I would assume that would reduce these knob lords that call themselves scalpers.
That's not... Do you know what? That's not a bad shout, actually. Single order online collection only is a number of steps that you've put in place to make scalpers' lives difficult, at least. Perhaps difficult enough to not bother with it. Hamper, I actually really like that. I'm a fan of that, actually. Interestingly, I have asked a poll tonight, Luce. Because Luce and I had this we have these conversations before we go live sometimes. When so basically, Luce is like, what are you talking about tonight? And if I'm like, I'm going to talk specifically about the heroic intervention rule of 10th edition, she's like, oh, I'm going to sit in the lounge. I don't fucking care. And when I say to her, I'll talk about scalpers. What do you mean by scalpers? And I'll explain it. She's like, oh, I'll get on in that chat. And Luce just sat there at the table this evening when we were having dinner and was like, surely Games Workshop should do more. Didn't you? That's literally your words. So I asked the poll tonight, should Games Workshop do more to stop scalpers? 187 votes so far. 91% say yes.
Yeah.
It's pretty obvious. And this is why I want the big colourful postcards to represent this. It's all well and good. I used to manage people. I'm sure I've told you enough times that you're all bored of hearing it. But I used to manage people. And often shop floor workers, factory workers, workshop workers would say, this thing is shit. Whatever that thing might be. It might be a process, it might be a tool, it might be a component, whatever. This thing is shit. Okay, cool. Why is it shit? Because it's shit. Right, brilliant, I'm not listening to you anymore. I'm done. And I used to say to my team, specifically, because some of my team, both in the forces and outside the forces, were particularly keen to talk about how shit things were when you had senior management or high-ranking officers turning up. So, the colonel's coming around today. Cool. And you can see them like that. I'm going to tell them how shit all these things are. Or you've got one of the company directors is turning up, or the managing director's coming down. And they'll sit there in front of the managing director and they'll say, our current work conditions are dog shit. And like, why are they dog shit? Because the hours are shit. Okay. Why are the hours shit? Because I work too long. Cool. Okay. So how do we solve it? Oh, I don't know. Right. So
Yeah, you can't really moan if you're not gonna.
this process of doing this exam on this train is shit. Okay, cool. I accept that you don't like it. So how do we do it better? I don't know. So how do you know it's shit?
Yeah.
Like, if you can't tell me how to do it better, how do you know that how we currently do it isn't actually the best way of doing it?
But then sometimes people get a bit too carried away when they have maybe too much of an opinion and they just start chiming in on everything.
Yeah.
And there's times where you're like, well, that's really not relevant in this
Yeah,
conversation.
Of course. So 91% of you are saying GW should do more to stop scalpers. I agree with you, actually. And I'm one of those people that's like, I do agree with you, and I'm trying to help GW. I've opened up a line of communication with them who have said to me directly, open to suggestions. How do we solve it? I would love to. This is a cheesy way of also generating super chats. I'm aware of this, and this isn't why. So there are other ways you can do this for me if you're not happy to put it in a super chat. Super chats are saved in YouTube. So when I go back into YouTube Studio, I can go and read through every single super chat that's ever come through. It's saved in an area. If you do put them on a big colourful postcard, what I can do tomorrow is I can sit there and extrapolate all the ideas that I quite like, that I think are good ideas, into an email, send it to my contact at GW and be like, this is what the community thinks. Are any of these viable? They might go, no, none of them are. But at least we've tried. At least as a community, we've tried to feed back to them and say, here's some ways we think perhaps we can fix the scalper issue. So, for example, who was it who said it? Hamper. One single order online with collection only. I think that is probably enough deterrent that you could keep the 2,500 limited edition and still do enough to put scalpers off. I like that. I think that's a good idea. Made to order for a month order, like Josh said, I think it's a good idea. They can't do their 2,500 limited edition because it's made to order. They might sell 5,000. But that would stop scalpers, because scalpers will go, well, whoever wants one's going to have bought one, so what's the point of me putting it on eBay?
What's to stop somebody?
Hang on.
I managed to get the limited edition SM Codex on release date for £60. I see they are on eBay up to £200.
The thing is, it makes me angry because I care about none of the codexes limited edition, because I'm very, 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 very fortunate and very lucky that GW send all of them to me to review. However, every year, the one codex I buy that's limited edition is the Eldar book, because that's my faction. And last time I bought one, Brom ripped it, wanker. Anyway, every year I buy the limited edition Eldar book. I'm genuinely concerned at the moment that I'm not going to get my hands on one.
What's to stop a member of the public going onto eBay and buying this pre-order, seeing if they can get hold of the sort code? Because if you've had a confirmation email that your pre-order has been successful, wouldn't you have all your information? Here's your limited edition sort code. Here is
Sort
your
code? What do you mean?
Yeah. So
Sort code is something linked to a bank account.
No, okay, maybe it's not a sort code. Maybe it's like a limited edition number. So maybe there's only 300 of these books made, and you've got number 162.
So there's 2,500. The books won't have been unwrapped and opened yet, so they won't know what the number is because number's on the inside.
Ah, that would have been a good. Yeah.
As far as I'm aware, anyway.
That would have been.
Yeah.
The thing that's
anyway,
the traceability.
I need to say some thank yous to some people. So thank you so much, Jordan Svensson, for the gifted. You're a hero. I don't know if I already thanked you for that one. 26. So how I 5. I haven't yet. Thank you so much, Jordan. Star Pilot, thank you for the gifted. You're a legend. Tim Chaser, thank you for the gifted. You're a legend. And then Rimney, thank you for the 5 gifted. You fucking hero. That means we have more than 26. We're up to 34 people that have sympathy for me. Just 34 people. 236 watching, only 93 likes, not even 100 likes yet. You can at least hit 100 likes for me. Come on. It's harder with this voice, by the way. Normally you just peak and trough. It's difficult. This is ugh. Do you think radio DJs have, like, if they have head colds, they take time off? You reckon they keep going?
Yeah, I think so.
When it's all sound and you do things like this.
It's your voice.
Yeah, so
it's your voice.
I don't know.
There was a few times when Dad was on air that you could hear he had a cold, and it was a stinker of a cold.
I hate it.
But times were different, I'm guessing.
I hate it, but I like working. And after building this studio, we can't afford not to work right now, chat, quite frankly. It's worth it. There's our carpenter is literally there right now.
Setting off the fire alarm again.
Setting off the fire alarm, probably, yeah. I keep tapping my phone like, have I had a phone call from the burglar alarm team or the fire alarm team yet? Anyway, Rambo, thank you for the 5. Give extra today. It's my birthday, so help Liam out. Oh, Rambo, bless you, you legend. Thank you very much, mate. But don't give more for me. It's Rambo's birthday, not mine. Josh, thanks for the 5. Do you still do the fun games where you can change the rules as you go? It was one of my fave videos you did when I first started watching you guys. So we
Is that the one when Joe cast his
chat
spell?
plays, yeah, chat plays. So chat plays has been dead for a little while. We have attempted to bring chat plays back on a number of occasions, and we have been thwarted by a number of different things. Sometimes it's been sickness, sometimes it's been stream cancellations because people can't make it, sometimes it's been releases of new codexes. Our current intent, Josh, is that next week we will be bringing back chat plays as a regular on the channel. Now, if GW fastballs me something now and goes, it's released on Saturday, I'll be like, fuck you. So currently, Josh, the intent is to bring chat plays back next week. Okay? Currently.
Are they hard to
We'll
deck?
see. Chat plays is a nightmare to deck.
Is it?
You don't want to do it.
No, I'm just wondering about people like Brom. Do they deck chat plays quite well?
Brom. The problem with chat plays is, babe, is the whole of chat want to influence the game all at once, which is fine and fun. And some of them come up with some incredibly bonkers rules, which is also fine and fun. But the deck's job in chat plays, the deck actually has a more complicated job than normally on chat plays. It's exhausting on the deck. Because the deck needs to work out what he can let through.
Yeah.
And what he has to hold back to try and keep the game even-ish.
Yeah.
Because if you let all the things through that pick on Eddie and all the things through that favour Joe at the same time, the game's over in half an hour. Done.
Yeah.
So he's got to work out what he lets through. And so to do that, you have to have a good understanding of the game and what's going on the tabletop. And you lot have watched Brom play. Thanks for the 100 likes, chat. You guys are amazing. Love you. So yeah, like I said, go back to the scalpers thing then. So Luce was one of those people that said at the dinner table, "Can't they do more?" And I thought, well, this is one of the reasons why I wanted to bring it to you people. I mean, we're pretty comprehensively on the yes vote at the moment. So what can they do more to stop scalpers? And I'm thinking at the moment specifically about these books.
I hate scalpers. I'm not the fastest when it comes to computers and smartphones. I have lost out on more than one book. I would do a single order for limited print or limited made items.
Okay. Catch and Ken, I'm actually genuinely quite sorry that you've missed out on a couple and you wanted the whole collection. I would be less, if it was me, I would be less annoyed if I'd missed out on a limited edition book if I didn't then open eBay and find 110 of them at an extortionate price. We're talking, 600-700% inflation. 50 quid up to £400 or £300, 6 times its original value. It's a lot. I wouldn't be happy, but I'd be even more kind of, okay, whatever, if it was £50 at Games Workshop and someone was selling it for 70 on eBay. I don't like the fact they're making 20 quid off me, but I'd be more inclined to go, I'll buy it. But they're 250 to £300. Do you know, right? I didn't know this until not too long ago. Did you know there are websites now and social media people out there who quite literally make a living off of telling people what to scalp online?
What?
The thing. Chat, tell Luce, it's 100% the thing. So they will have, there's like WhatsApp groups and Discord servers and stuff like that, and they'll say this thing is going to be hot. So it's real retail price, in this instance, for example, its real retail price is 50 quid. You'll be able to sell it on eBay for £200-250. That's your guide price. And so people who have no idea about Warhammer at all, who don't care about Warhammer and Games Workshop, will go on that website at that time when that scalper has said, when that person has said do it. They'll buy 5 books at 250 quid, knowing that if they sell one of them for the price that they've been given as a guide price, they'll make their money back. And they'll put all 5 of them on at £250 because that's the guide price I told them. That's that is genuine, real. That those things exist. And so, of the 110 listings on eBay right now for those books, I guarantee you 60-70% of them, at least, won't know what the fuck Games Workshop is or Warhammer. Don't care. They just want to make money.
I naively thought that each and every person on eBay that was selling books that aren't even out yet knew what they were selling. because the price is so
No,
high.
they don't know what's happening. They're just giving a guide price.
That's
We
mad.
reckon you could sell this thing for this much money. And there are
Yeah.
WhatsApp groups and their Discord servers and there's Instagram chats, group chats and stuff like that. Easton says there's also a subscription service you can get for scalping. Look at that.
What, to be a scalper?
To get access to these tips and tricks to flip things.
I can appreciate flipping an item if you've restored it or if you've come across it and gone, I know what this is. But
No, that's not the flipping that we're talking about, at least.
No.
We're talking about buying low, selling high with no effort in between.
isn't it technically second hand?
Arguably, yes. But they'll be selling it new sealed.
Yeah, but it's still not the first person's hands that's now getting it. It's second hand.
No, but-
It's been pre-owned, technically.
So you're not wrong, but... they come in a sealed box.
Right.
So although if I sold this on now, End of the Death Series 1, if I sold this on now, it's second hand.
Scalping needs to be stopped, but any solution needs to balance the impact for non-scalpers. One per person is great in theory, but I've run into issues with those systems in uni halls before.
I have no doubt there's issues, Thomas. I don't know what they are, but you are right. They need to solve the problem by hurting scalpers, but not hurting the genuine customers. This is why I'm open to suggestions, because I have a direct line in, and they've asked me, open to ideas. Go for it. Give us ideas. I don't have good ideas. I literally got forwarded the complaint from Joe, and I forwarded it straight on. And as I do with my staff in the past, I went straight back to Joe and said, how do we solve it, Joe? They've asked me, how do we solve it? So how do we solve it? And this is why I've come to you people. This is why I've come to the 245 people watching. How do we solve it?
Go into your local GW store to register your interest over a 2-week period. The store manager has to put their password in on the store PC when you do it. First 2,500 people get the book.
I like the in-person stuff. My only concern is there will be some people around the globe who it isn't a 10-minute trip to their local GW.
Yeah.
That's my concern. There will be people in certain parts of Europe, even in the US, I would bet, where their nearest Games Workshop's an hour and a half away, if that, maybe further. That's my only concern. So I like the in-person ideas, chat. I do. I genuinely like the in-person ideas. My only concern is the impact for people that don't live near a store. That's my concern. So yeah. So back to this. Right. This is sealed in a box. I have opened it once. I think there's a bit of tape on this here, but I've never taken the book out of it. So if I open this up now, this is my copy. Fuck it. Right. The book is sealed in a tissue paper. Still. Can you see that, chat? Sealed in tissue paper, right? So, no actual physical hands have ever been on the actual book in this.
Yeah, but it's been pre-owned.
Strictly yes, but no.
Yes, but no.
This is borderline considered new in box, because it is new in box. The book hasn't been touched. So this is considered new in box.
Right.
So if I sold this on, I put some holes in the box. I don't know why. I was probably bored with a biro one day. If I sold this on, I'd sell this new in box. So it's second-hand strictly. You are right. It's someone else has owned it. So it's pre-owned, but it's not actually used. It's pre-owned, not used. There you go. That's where we're going with it. Make sense?
Yeah.
So if I got it out of the box and I'd read it, it's then used.
Yes, I know what that means. You see how he talks to me, Chad? It's like I'm a child.
Well, but as is, I wouldn't call this used. I would just call this pre-owned, and so the value, because it's a limited edition book, it doesn't go down.
I am really blessed by my LGS. We have a Discord server where we are able to pre-order with them as soon as they get the info on what it's going to cost. Doesn't work all the time. Someone had to wait 3 months for Angron.
I mean, I don't remember. That's really nice of your LGS, by the way, Toxtra. That's really good. I don't remember Angron being one of those models that was scalped hard. Sometimes they bring out new kits that are very desirable, and people just take they just buy as many as they, especially if they're good competitively, right? Then you just see the whole competitive scene buy up all the 8-bound in no time at all, and then no one can get their hands on any 8-bound because they're good now. That is a thing that happens, and their production levels often are laughable. When the Lion came out, he was out of stock forever. Farsight has been out of stock until very recently. So when desirable models come out, but they're not limited edition. I don't know if that's Scalpers. Is that Scalpers? Maybe it is. You guys tell me. Farsight and the Lion. Did you see tons of them on eBay for wildly inflated prices whilst they were out of stock on Games Workshop and Element? Did you? And in the meantime, what's your thinking about that? Just saying. In the meantime, Skippy Magnificent, thank you for the 5. Rather than being a limited edition, they should be special editions for a limited time, with the first X number signed. Everyone who wants one gets it. But do the signed ones then become the scalper's target? Josh, thank you for the 5. Remember when all 6s were 1s and all 1s were 6s? That was so much fun. Glad to hear it's coming back. I'm really looking forward. That really confused Paddy and Joe for the longest time.
Did it?
Yeah. It was funny because Paddy's a very clever individual. So Paddy remembers it very quickly. Joe has the memory of a goldfish. So watching the duality of, I've rolled a 6, I'm so happy, only for Paddy to go, Joe, it's a 1, and then to see him crash back down again was fucking hilarious and exhausting at the same time. Mr. Dave B, thank you for the 2. Put scalpers in a log cabin I built. Oh, I don't think that's the kind of log cabin anyone wants to ever be in, Dave. Thank you, Essie, for the 5. How about a raffle similar to the Discord giveaway? People who enter would genuinely want it, and the chance of Scalper getting loads is low. A raffle. I don't know. It took me 6 months to get Kassakin. I need to wait another 6 months to get it. Oh my god.
You do a raffle, or GW does a raffle?
GW has a raffle system for limited edition stuff.
Okay, because if you're going to start talking raffles again.
Luz gets annoyed by things like raffles. With a broken distribution network, the scalper didn't sell, so he gets poor. Can't sell, so he gets poor. In and out. David, thank you so much. Dave is added to the Liam Sympathy Fund.
Is scalping illegal?
You can't punish scalpers because they'll just rotate accounts/addresses. Has to be method of collection or registration. In person would punish some, but would they get it anyway?
Okay, I get it. I get what you're saying. Fuck scalpers. People are feeling quite strongly about scalpers in chat today, by the way.
Is scalping illegal? Or is it flirting with the line?
Is it illegal?
Yeah.
Why would it be illegal? I'm just curious.
Yeah, I think it's the nature of it.
I think
like,
morally it's wrong.
Yeah.
The thing is with sites like, and I don't know eBay's terms and conditions ins and out, so I don't know. I have no idea as to whether it's against eBay's terms and conditions. I have no idea where the line is drawn, if I'm honest with you. I just want to have an open conversation about what GW could do. But the simple question is, or the simple fact of the matter is, sorry, not the simple question, the simple fact of the matter is, if I take this slightly nibbled bar of chocolate to make me feel better because I'm poorly, and I put it on eBay, and that cost me whatever it cost me, £1 or £2 or whatever, and I put that on eBay for tenner, and someone buys it, the fact that they're prepared to buy it is on them more than it's on me.
Well, if you were to make, let's say you were to make scalping illegal, would it then knock out anyone who goes to a car boot sale to look for certain things to then sell them on because they know what they're looking for? I think
the problem is I don't think you can make it illegal as a general sense of what it is, because people will do things like they'll go to boot sales, second-hand sales, yard sales, find gems.
We've all seen Toy Story 2.
Exactly.
So this is how it happens.
Exactly. We've all seen Toy Story 2. With a slightly fatter Eddie as the main character.
So it's just the volume of it then, because if you were having a car boot sale or a garden sale and somebody was like, I've been looking for that thing, and you go, oh bloody hell, take it, I want it out the house, take it, all the best, you wouldn't have any resentment for that person. So it must just be the volume, not the fact that this person's buying a book they know nothing about, but the volume of how many books they're buying, they know nothing about.
Yeah. Skippy the Magnificent, thank you so much for 5 gifted. You're a legend. I love you.
So it would be the suggestions of make it 1 per person.
Well,
that would then sort it?
one per person is... I don't think it does. Because one per person, what happens is the scalpers just develop bots that in microseconds create a new account, register account, purchase item, create a new account, register account, purchase item within microseconds.
And then this is the nature of it. It's not.
Yeah. So I think that there's a thing that someone said it. Where was it?
You'd ruin bargain hunt, you monster.
Who said that? Max. That's a great comment. Someone said it about. So I used to quite frequently go to. We were talking about earlier about football teams in America, football teams and stuff like that. So I used to quite frequently go to Southampton football games when we were younger. Actually, as a family, we had season tickets to St Mary's to go and watch the football, to watch Southampton. Now, specifically in the Premiership as well, you have home games, as you know, and you have away games. Okay. Now, home games. Southampton St Mary's as a stadium can hold around 32,000 people, right? And I think there's like an allocation of like 5,000 to the away fans or something like that. I'm not sure. So 30,000 people going to Southampton. I mean, it wasn't that common that it was sold out unless the big teams were in town. But when you were going to away games, certain away games are more desirable than other away games. Yes, the dog's snoring. So if you wanted to go to watch Southampton play at Old Trafford against Manchester United, or you wanted to go to Anfield and watch Southampton play against Liverpool, they are more desirable as a ticket than if you wanted to go and watch Southampton play against Coventry City, for example. Okay, so to get an away ticket for some of the away games was actually quite easy. It wasn't too difficult. But to get an away ticket for some of the bigger games, a la your Liverpools, your Manchester Uniteds, your Manchester Cities, what Southampton did was they introduced a point system and they rewarded you based on previous purchases. So if you'd been to your Millwalls and you'd been to your Coventry Cities and you'd been to your shit places like that, right, they would go, this guy's a committed fan. He's earned this many points. So when the Manchester United tickets came on sale, how many points have you got? I've got this many points. Cool, you get a ticket. So maybe, just maybe, GW could introduce a loyalty points-based system.
I think that'd go down really well.
I don't think it's a bad shout.
Yeah.
How they do that, I don't know, because you might have people that, for example, people like me, who buys far too many models for their own good, because we have the channel, we have multiple armies, and then you might have people who just want the books.
All potential customers are put on a list in order of registration, but after GW checks each entry, ID check, etc. Only the first eligible ones are actually sold the item. The scalpers are eliminated.
I love some of these ideas, but the problem with that is GW got to employ people to do that. That's a job. What's a business's biggest expense? Staff.
I wonder what would happen if you were to...
Kenneth Evans, by the way, Kenneth Evans, Skippy the Mango, thank you for the 5 each. You are beautiful people. Thank you so much. Go on, Lise.
I wonder what would happen if you were to call up your local cinema and say, I want to make a group booking. I want to buy 20 cinema tickets, but only one person turns up.
Make limited edition only available to order on website Insta, either GW or LGS, capped at 1 per customer. Customer has to input name and address. Once that name and address used, it becomes locked out from GW website.
See, I wish there was a way that you could then make them submit their fucking eBay account. Like, if I see it on eBay, if I see it on eBay, I'm going to force you to watch a Hellstorm stream. Go on, you were saying.
So I wonder what would happen if you were to buy 20 cinema tickets, but only one person turned up because you wanted the whole row for yourself. Would the cinema say, no, that's not okay? Because one person buying, for example, 20 books is legal, not frowned well.
Hey Liam, life has been exceptionally insane at work. Just to say that we already have laws for profiteering where there is material societal interest. Beyond this, it's on vendors to control volume or collect in person, etc.
Martin, don't you worry about work being busy, mate. I get it. Good to see you. I'm glad you're okay. I guess there is. I know there's laws on profiteering, but does this come under that bracket? I don't think it does. As you say, it's on vendors to control volume. It is. I think it probably is going to be down to GW. Scalper's going to scalp. So what can they do? How can they? And this is the whole conversation we're having, right? What can they do to stop scalpers from being able to buy 20 books and putting all of them on eBay? So to kind of answer your question,
Because if we liken the cinema tickets as restricting enjoyment for other people, buying all those books and whacking the price up restricts enjoyment for other people.
the thing is, I don't. Right, okay, I don't. I don't completely disagree with you, but I've never tried this.
We should try it.
But I've never tried to go on Showcase Cinema and order 20 seats.
We should.
I'd imagine it's possible.
It is. You have to call them up because it's a group booking. But
Okay.
if only one of you turned up.
Do they give a fuck? They've sold all 20 seats and it's not limited edition.
Well, I don't. Tickets and all that being non-transferable and everything else. I wonder if they have rules of no, you've booked a group. A group should be turning up. You can't book out the whole row. That's a private booking. That's not a group booking.
Yeah, but
They'll probably take issue with it.
But would they? If
I
you've
reckon.
paid for all 20 seats, would they give a fuck? So, and this is
Because
where
you've essentially tried to have a private event during a public screening.
this is where I have seen some negativity around GW as well. Now, like I said, I have my contact who has said open to suggestions, throw them at us.
Yeah.
We'll see what we can do. So I know they care. A lot of you are going to go, they don't fucking give a shit. Liam's a simp for GW. They do care because he's like, throw ideas at me and we'll have the discussion. Such a shill. Because what I've seen to people is people have said quite categorically, yeah, but GW don't give a fuck. They sold all 2,500. They don't care. They do care. They do. But but you could argue once they sold all 2,500, we've sold all ours. We've done our part.
See, I like what Fatboy says. Surely there has to be some blame on sites like eBay to allow resale at so much higher than the RP.
The thing is, I'm going to take it a step further, Fatboy. Now, I think that perhaps companies like eBay could do more to control the inflated price over RRP of what is essentially a new product, especially when they know that product is limited. And I think that it's not just the Warhammer universe that this exists in. There are other limited edition things across other products that will end up on eBay for an inflated price, so perhaps they could. The shame of this is, why is the price of this book at £250 to £300? Were you not listening?
No.
What I was saying is, why is the price of this book on eBay at £250 to £300?
Because someone will pay it.
That's exactly why. So yes, we could say to eBay, stop letting people sell it for this much. What I really want to say to people is, I know it's painful if you didn't get this one book that you really wanted. I know it's painful, but what I really want to say to people is, stop buying them from scalpers.
Yeah, they're...
Why do scalpers have success? Because people still buy them.
Yeah.
That's why. What happens if a scalper in the next 12 months buys everything that's recommended to them by this fucking WhatsApp group or whatever it is they're in, and they put every single one of these items on eBay and not a single one of them sells? What happens then? They make no money. They're just running out of money.
But then would that harm people who are trying to make an honest living on eBay and they have like a 20%
But
profit?
I'm not saying don't buy from eBay. I'm saying when someone inflates a price by 6-7 times for a limited edition product, you don't buy from the scalper.
Why isn't it flagging up on eBay?
I don't know. I don't know
That
eBay.
would be, that would be the other side of the coin. Why
I don't
isn't
know.
it?
I don't know or use eBay anywhere near enough to comment on that one. Anyway, chat, we are only on for 30% of people have sympathy tonight, Luce. That's it.
Well, we're not sick enough.
Not sick enough. 30% of people have sympathy tonight. 45, that's it.
What you could do is take an empty mug, go down to the river at the end of the road, have a good mugful, get really sick off
That would kill me.
then go on.
A flat kill. We Ghastly, thank you for the 2. Stop limited edition, increase supply, no scalpers. The thing is, I don't know if I can speak for everyone. I like limited edition. I'm one of those people that likes limited edition. So I don't know. David, thank you for the 5. Love hearing that legendary voice on my drive home from work.
No, this is not profiteering. You can make it against TNC and require people to verify their GW account for limited edition purchases like any online financial account or register in person in store, etc. Pay 10 quid registration.
I mean, I think verifying like 2FAs and stuff like that, the amount of you'll never stop it, but the more fucking hell, the more barriers that you can put in place that stop bots. You won't stop bots. They themselves would obviously evolve anyway. The more bots the more hurdles you put in place, the better it's going to be. Obviously. Luton, hey Luton, can you tell everyone they listen to you? Tell everyone to gift a membership because I'm poorly. Do that. So I need to finish David's comment.
Okay.
One, he super chatted it. So I got interrupted by Amy. Love hearing that legendary voice on my drive home from work. Liam being here is fun too.
No, you stop it. Speaking of books, I bought Horus Rising again today.
She did.
I went in there, and good old Pete served me, and I said, "There's a scrapman in this book," and even he went, "What?" I know what I read.
Yeah, he knows also that you're talking nonsense.
He smiled at me and went, "Okay, enjoy your book."
A lot of people do that. We're still on the hunt for this scrapman in Horus Rising, chat.
I think I found him.
You haven't. Jason Truthsayer, thank you for the 5. In-person solution doesn't meet inclusivity to those with disabilities. It won't be today. No, it won't. That's what I'm saying. It leaves. I mean, even if we take away disabilities and stuff, even if we just go for distance to local Games Workshop, it's hard, that one to manage. What about a code in the book that gives priority order for the next in the series, tied in with Warhammer Plus to make it a guarantee? Heavily favours fans. Easton, I'm into it. Thanks for the 5, man. I like that kind of stuff. I like a point system. I like. I'm just concerned about, like, they need to do it right so that if a person just likes books, they're not suddenly left out by the people that have bought all the models, if that makes sense. So I don't know how they do it, but I like that kind of solution. You have my sympathy for having to watch Southampton. Love from Portsmouth. Thank you, Stephen. Is that why you're in Euros? Because all your pounds in Portsmouth have been stolen. Mordy Hammer, thank you for the gifted. You're a legend. Angron Leghorn, thank you so much for the 5. That puts us over 50. You guys are amazing. 51 of the finest members. 51 people have sympathy.
Garcy says, and when Luce reads it and doesn't find him, she'll never mention it again.
And in true woman fashion, will never admit that she's wrong.
No, I think I would.
I'd be like, do you remember that scrap man you talked about? She's like, no.
I do remember drinking a little bit of wine while I read it the first time. It's possible this scrap man is a figment of my imagination. But...
Have verified accounts that can pre-order, non-verified can't. A verified account has name and DOB. You either go in store to do it in store, or do it online and use photo ID to prove name and DOB.
Like it, Kane. But I actually think we do need this kind of authentication now. Personally, that's kind of where I would go with it. I think, but I think some kind of like identification verification or whatever. That's harder for a bot to create a random email account and just create another account. If you're limiting it to one per person and having ID verification.
Yeah, Warhammer stuff has high value, so maybe it is time.
So you can pre-register your interest before it goes on pre-order. By pre-registering, you submit your ID for digital verification. Your ID gets verified. They've proven that you are in fact a real person. You can have one. That's what I would like to think. Dan, oh, now we are backtracking, are we? Scrap Metal Man Mini Wen.
Well, the character who I think it is, the second I saw his name, I was like, I think that's him.
Oh,
What's he called? What's he called? His name is...
I'm dreading what's about to be read out now, chat. A whole 230 people about to sigh now in unison.
Asherot. That's who I think it is. Keeper of Devices. That's who I think is the scrap man. Beep ba 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 da bo. That's who I think it is. I'm gonna read it again, and then I'll go, yeah, I was drunk. Or yep, found him.
I think that might be the case.
Hey now, when some people get drunk, they create a right scene. All I do is make up characters. So
yeah. Does loose mean the mechanic could go with Horus? Chris, at this point, we have no idea what she's talking about, if I'm honest.
I liked it. It was a wild time.
I guarantee it's going to be something simple. Luke, it might be. I don't know. It might be. Asherot.
Asherot.
This is turning into Scrapman Gate. It is, 100%. Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, if you're in to lose his Scrap Metal Man, like the stream.
Just need to take a picture ID or in-person registration to create a real-world barrier to purchasing account registration. Simples.
I think... yeah, I think ultimately... some kind of, and you can do this online, right? You can do this digitally because it happens everywhere. Some kind of verification is required to prove that you're a real human being, and then I personally still think that you then limit it to one per person. Now, I don't know how easy or quick this is to install. I'm not a software engineer. I don't know how hard it is to install these things on the website. I'd imagine that to a company like GW, it probably isn't all that difficult or all that expensive. I mean, it will be expensive to them, but in comparatively with their revenue, I would imagine it's not all that expensive, right? I still think that it's something that's probably not a high barrier for a company their size. So I'd suggest that the best. By the way, like I said, I genuinely, honest to God, I'm going to sit here tomorrow and go through these super chats, and I'm going to take these ideas and copy them into emails and send it to my contact. I'm going to send it to him and be like, I don't know if you guys can use this, and I don't know if this is helpful, but you said ideas. Here's ideas.
And it's actually the community talking.
It's coming from the community. Yeah, 100%.
That'll be really good.
And they might say, they might come back. Like I will, if I get a response from them, I will put it on stream at some point. I'll have to sanitize because I don't want to give away email addresses and names, of course. And they might come back to me and be like, thank you. None of that works for us for whatever reason. They might do. You know, I'm not saying that we're going to solve their scalper issue, and I'm not saying that they're going to listen to us. David might read it. I promise you they'll read it. Guaranteed they'll read it. Because what I'll do if he doesn't read it is I'll send him 20 super chats an hour. Read my email. Read my email. Read my email. Read my email.
I'm currently off sick. I have nowhere else to be. I'm just going to keep sending this email.
I've currently paused moving things into the studio because I'm poorly, so I just have nothing better to do than send you 20 emails an hour and 20 WhatsApps an hour that say, read my email, read my email, read my email. That's what I'm going to do. That's a fact. Anyway, what I want you to do now, chat, for the next half an hour before we finish, is I want you to all focus on gifting memberships, okay? So, 216 people in chat, right? If everyone gifts 5, how many is that? 216 times 5. There's over 1,000 members.
How many? What?
216 times 5. It's over 1,000, isn't it?
16?
Yes, 16. So what's 16 times 5?
Oh.
80.
Okay, yeah, 80.
200 times 5, 1,000.
Okay.
So it's 1,080 members.
Can we get a scrap man model?
Oh, look at that. YouTube does this new thing now, by the way. Let's celebrate their 20th super on a live stream.
Oh, wow.
That's cool, isn't it? I like that shit.
We should get the party poppers.
We had Kane Allard's was his first ever. What a legend. David's was his third. Does it do it for... Thomas Moles was his first.
Oh.
He was a stream virgin before that. Yes, and thank you for the gifted. Yeah, so 1,080 members. If we can get 1,080 members in tonight with all of you gifting 5, chat, right? I can take tomorrow night off. And maybe even Friday. And then I could just go to bed tonight and not get up for 3 days.
Well, I plan on reading chapter... Well, how big is chapter 1?
It's not that big.
Okay,
The
chapter
chapters
1.
are reasonable.
Are they? If it's more than like 3 pages, it's now not reasonable.
I think that... I don't like reading. I think they're reasonable because I'm a 40k fan.
We've been reading Roald Dahl. They're like 3 pages a chapter. Bosh, done.
Yeah.
More than 3 pages, we're not in it.
No, yeah. I think you're in trouble then.
And making up words. At least now I know Warhammer makes up
Are
words.
you going to scribble on this one?
Where's my book? I might need to make notes and highlight it and put sticky tabs in where I knew I was right because I knew what I read.
Sticky tabs is fine, but can you not deface the book?
Why? It's my book.
I don't know where my one's gone. It'd be nice to have a nice one.
This one's my one. There are many others like it, but this
one
is mine. This one is my one.
I want to find I wonder if you can get hardback Horus Rising.
Ooh.
I bet that'll be on Google
You
somewhere.
probably can, because any nice
It'll be a scalper
book...
at fucking £800, isn't it?
Yeah.
Hard.
Get in that WhatsApp group. You'll find it.
I can't. Hardback Horus Rising. What if I can get... Oh, hang on. Horus Rising hardback. Oh, the first thing on Google. Hardback, The Horus Heresy, eBay, used, £250.
Has it been highlighted in sticky tab?
No, because not everyone's a savage.
Doing volume limit plus registration is easy and good ideas. However, people will have to accept that you will still have individ scalpers buying one copy and selling it at 1000% markup. Tighter control will incentivize that.
Yeah. I think that you won't stop it entirely, Mark. I think what you're getting at is you won't stop it entirely, but you will. Oh my God. Horus Heresy Black Book Series, right? The complete collection, the Black Book Series, like this, right?
Yeah.
So where's it item description? This is interesting. See full description. This is an incredible opportunity for collectors and fans of the Warhammer universe. The Horus Heresy Black Book Series, the complete collection, features all the books from the series, including the highly acclaimed army book for the Space Marines of the Legion of Astartes. So this isn't even the narrative. This is rules books, okay? Just rules books. Which also means, if I'm correct, they're no longer valid because Heresy 2.0 came out.
So it's not that one.
So it's not that. It's not this one. This is army books for, I think, original version of Horus Heresy. Guess how much it's on eBay for?
1,000.
No.
Less?
No.
Oh, 1,500.
No.
More?
Yep.
Oh my God, 2,000.
No.
More?
Yep.
Stop it! 3,000.
Hey?
3,000.
No.
More?
Uh-huh.
No.
Yep.
4,000.
No.
Stop. 5,000.
£5,000 that's on eBay for right
Oh
now.
my God.
The Horus Heresy paperbacks looks like every single one is on eBay as a complete set for 570. That seems more reasonable. That's like every single book though as well, look. All of them.
Is that how many I've got to read?
No, there's more than that.
Oh my God.
So when I say
Okay.
all of them until recently.
If you read a page a day of Horus Heresy, how many years would you be reading for?
Oh, I don't know.
Of
How many
all the
pages is there?
books?
How many pages is there? Horus Rising hardback. Let's go back on my search. I don't think I'm going to find it. It makes me sad. No, I don't think you can get it anymore. The Horus Heresy Siege of Terror. Makes me sad. Makes me sad. But you know who doesn't make me sad? Aston Jones and Christopher Sanford.
Chapter 1 is 17 pages long.
Yeah, that's not that bad.
Oh my God, and there's no pictures in it either. It's not like...
Fuck you.
Not like Quentin Blake has dabbled a bit. There's no pictures, not even
Thank you
scribbles.
so much, Aston, for the 1, and thank you so much, Christopher, for the 5 gifted, up to 57. We haven't been hitting the 100 member total chat for a while now. When I say a while, I mean since last Friday. 150 years, says Fraser Cray. A live stream of a page a day. That's a loose reads. New 20-minute live stream once a day. You have to read it. I reckon if I read the Horus Heresy on YouTube, I'd probably get demonetized.
Yeah, probably.
Don't you reckon?
Yeah.
There's got to be a rule against it. Like, even though I'm not like using other people's content, I'm still reading their book. That's a demonetization, right? What's the age range of the book? 30 plus. I don't know. No pics. Sod off, says Snurgle Matthew. Big sassy. Scalpers should die of gonorrhea and rot in hell. I
Nice.
agree with you.
Luce, you have to learn to scan read. You run your eyes over the page, allow yourself to grab onto keywords and get the general gist of it.
Luton, shut up.
I was going to say the general gist.
I love you dearly, Luton, but shut up. That's not what you do at all. The general gist. There's a new series for Luton here. The Horus Heresy, general gist.
The general gist.
The general Horus Rising, the general gist.
Yes, general gist.
Over 60 books are quite a while.
What's Luce's role in the house? What do you mean, Carl?
Look how many grey names are in chat, by the way, as well now. Where's me snipers at? Story time with Liam and Joe sounds like a good time. Oh, it's Luce reading the book, not me. I am reading...
To be fair, I have a brief story time with Liam and Joe if we have food together before the stream. And just sitting with you both as you ponder the day that has happened before, it's an education. from the man's point of view. It is an education of the day.
Luton is a 70 confirmed. Yeah, we knew that. We knew that. Story time with Liam and Joe. We should, if we can get to a point in the new studio where we can sit in those armchairs with a fake fireplace behind us. We have some smoking jackets, some slippers, and some pipes.
Bourbon.
Some pipes that blow bubbles. We can do story time. That'd be great.
You're going to do the funny voices?
What funny voices?
You've got to do funny voices if it's story time.
What funny voices?
Are you joking?
What do you mean funny voices?
When you read to the kids, you do the funny voices.
When have I read to the kids?
You can't not do funny voices. When have you read to the kids? How? How have we gotten to a decade of parenthood and you've gotten out of story time?
I haven't got. I used to read to them when they were in bed.
Did you do the funny voices?
No.
Not good enough.
I feel like a failure now.
The gentleman's synopsis of the day, as it were. Yes. Over pie and chips.
Where's your snipers at? In the closet. I'm buying bolter shells to go after scalpers in Dave B's cabin. I like it. I like Joe's ramblings need captured. I have thought about, like, and I don't think we could ever do this because I think if we ever put this content online, we would just flat get demonetized and shut down in no time at all. But I did think every now and again about just like taping a GoPro to Joe's forehead and just be like, right, chat, this is what I'm putting up with for a day. This is a day in the life of Joe.
Yeah.
But that's not content people ever need to want to see. Because of a 24-hour day, you've got about 6 to 7 hours of him in the toilet. And then, honest.
Saying we can make it better, but never be perfect. Also important to remember there is a difference between listed price and completed sale prices. GW should increase volume a bit. The hobby is too big for 2,500 copy runs.
I did think that, Martin. Like, it's the same with codexes now, right? When they release limited edition codexes, they do 2,000 copies of the codex as limited edition. If you think about how big 40k is now, is 2,000... If 40k was still just kind of UK and it was kind of a mid-sized company, maybe 2,000 is plenty. But now it's a global brand that sells millions and millions of pounds worth of stock every single month. Is 2,000 enough? I think LVO gets to like 700-800 players at one tournament. Oh, Yeston, you silly man, but I love you dearly. After he gifted one, you know what he's just done, Lise?
What's that?
He's become a member of the full-blown family, Yeston. Uncle Yeston with the 50 bomb. Which means we at least beat the 100 target. Yeston, thank you so much, man. What an absolute fucking hero you are. I love you very dearly. You're a legend. I appreciate it. Anyone who's been gifted a membership for Yeston, don't forget to ! Discord, get yourself in the Great Hall server. Say thank you to him specifically. Everyone salute Yeston now. I love that you do it, by the way, when there's no camera on you. I love that you do it. It's an I star. At the start of his name's an I. That Leston is a fucking pardoism.
Dempsey.
He did it on stream tonight as well.
Did it?
I gifted a membership on stream tonight. I was like, come on, everyone, we can get him to his monthly target. And he went, thank you, Liam Dempsey. I literally wrote in chat, fucking Pardo Dempsey. He reckons he does it on purpose. I don't think he does. I think he's just because he's a fucking idiot.
I wonder if he's said it that way for so long now, even though he knows he's saying it wrong, he can't.
He might actually be doing it on purpose, but
Maybe.
for the longest time he used to call, I don't know if he still does, he used to call Yeston Leston Jones.
I can see why.
But I was like, why would you bother to capitalise your surname and not capitalise your first name?
Maybe he's quirky.
Were you quirky, Yeston?
I think Joe's ramblings, 6-7 hours would be him in the toilet, and maybe like 1 hour insulting my cooking, because he likes to do that.
So, I want... He does like to insult your cooking.
Yeah. What does he... I don't want any of your cake loose, because every time I bite something, my teeth scream at me.
Yeah,
Thanks,
what
Joe.
he says is... He says your desserts are 95% sugar. That's what he says.
Follow the recipe is all I do. But it was perfect, because the other week, Paddy was here as well, and I pulled out a tray of brownie, and Paddy went, oh, Luce can have a bit of brownie. And I went, of course you can, Paddy. Joe won't want any, because I wouldn't want to make his teeth fall out, would I, Joe? And he looked so sad in the corner.
Yeah,
So
the
I just
16
pulled
cans
out
of Monster
brownie.
a day he has isn't going to do
Yeah,
it.
it's definitely my cake that's the fault, yeah.
Definitely your cake, yeah.
Knobhead.
What was I going to say? Okay, right. Here's an interesting question for you all then, genuinely. Right? I don't think 2,000 limited edition codex is enough. I personally don't think 2,500 limited edition End of the Deaths is enough. 40k, Games Workshop in general, is now a global brand. It is sold in many, many, many companies, and they make a lot of money. Okay, we know it's a big hobby nowadays. So what I want you to do now, chat, there's 210 people. We don't have to get 210 inputs from people, but what I want you to do now, if you were going to print the End of the Death limited edition or Codex Space Marines limited edition, right now, in limited edition, and it has to be limited, and I don't want to make to order, you have to pick a limited edition number. How many would you print, is my question. YouTube series idea, similar to 90s classic, you bet. Luz takes on the challenge of memory. Liam reads a key piece of 40k lore. 15 minutes later, Luz has to retell it as accurately as possible. I'm into that.
Okay.
That would be fun. That's a pre-recorded series right there.
Okay.
That's a fucking great idea, Luton. That's money, that. And if you pay to watch it, one of us will be in our underwear, and I won't tell you which one. It'll be me. It'll be me.
Oh, okay.
Don't panic. 5k, 4 to 5k, 10k. 10k's a shout. 8k, 5k, 5k, 40k. 40k, I like it, start. Keeping it on theme. 10k, 30k, it's literally the name. 7, 10, 10,000, 10. 69, brilliant. It's great. There are 7+ billion people in the world. 2k is not even a decimal percentage. 10,000, I like 10,000, I think is reasonable. 40,000. Peter Craig became a member all by himself.
What y'all talking about?
What y'all talking about? There is currently, Peter, right. This is also important for anybody who's currently a Skull tier member. Right now in Discord, there is a live giveaway. It's free to enter, but the only way you can see that giveaway is if you are a Jarl tier member. But the giveaway itself is free to enter. Like what I did there, Lise, don't you? You like that part. Okay. If you want to be part of that particular giveaway, which will end next Tuesday at 8 p.m. during the Halloween Battle Report, all you have to do is become a Jarl tier, click on the giveaway in the Discord area, and you are then entered for free, right? If you are successful, and at 8 o'clock it does the draw automatically, and it draws your name out, it will tell you, and you win a combat patrol box of your choice, and then you can send it to me. I will send it to you. You can't send it to me. That'd be silly. You win the opportunity to send me a combat patrol. That'd be silly. You win a combat patrol box of your choice, right? If you've been gifted, for example, if you've been gifted a Skull tier membership right now, then you can just upgrade from Skull to Jarl, and it's just £4 to upgrade. So it costs you less than the Skull tier member that you were gifted, but you get access to that giveaway. What I do have to warn you is, if you upgrade and you click the enter button, and then you downgrade, you'll still be entered. That's fine. Okay, so don't worry about it. It's not like you go, oh, you've stopped being a Jarl, you can't enter anymore. Because at the point you clicked enter, you were a Jarl tier member. But if you don't cancel it, or you don't downgrade back to Skald, then next month, YouTube will automatically charge you at the new Jarl tier membership. Okay? And we don't have to tell you this. YouTube tells you this anyway, but I think it's nice to be really honest with people and say, if you're just doing it for the Jarl tier giveaway, then you want to drop back down again next month because you don't necessarily want to keep paying £9. We'd love for you to keep paying £9 a month for Jarl tier. We would love you, right? However, I like to be open and honest with people because it's part of the channel's ethos, right? Normal limited edition is 5k, says Abel. Smurf shit, 10k. I don't know what we're talking about. I say 33k. We're talking about Pardo, right? We're talking about Scalpers and End of the Death. So End of the Death released 2,500 copies by GW. Codex has released 2,000 copies by GW. I'm suggesting now, well, actually chat have suggested, not me, but those many copies aren't enough nowadays, right? So how many do we produce? Smeg for Brainer said, of 2,500, only 100 plus are on eBay. 110 to be precise right now. 4% rate. How much would each 1,000 reduce that percentage? Who knows? I think if you doubled it at 5,000, would it then go down to 2% were on eBay? So then if you quadrupled it to 10,000, you go down to less than 1% on eBay. I think that's acceptable then. That makes sense?
Yeah, maybe.
What do you reckon?
If more people didn't become scalpers.
Yeah, there is that risk. There is that risk that by increasing the number available, you just increase the number that scalpers buy. There is that risk as well. Reg, thank you for the 5. Big E is a bad father and an uncompassionate leader faced with a series of challenges who ensures a legacy of eternal war to guarantee Khorne's happiness. Thank you.
What?
Read it again.
Wait, who? What?
Thank you so much. Mr. the Reg. No one wants to upgrade to Yarto and be part of this giveaway, Luce.
Who's Big E?
The Emperor.
Oh, sorry.
That's why I like this channel. It covers real world problems of the hobby. Thank you so much, Amber. We try. We also try and talk about the game, the lore a little bit. We just try and be a community of fun people, which you can join, by the way, if you want to come and become a member and come and hang out with us in Discord and get to be part of get-togethers and giveaways and a voice chat channel and all kinds of shit.
Amazing facts.
Oh, chat! We're making new channel shirts. Should we show them the?
Oh yeah, let's do that.
You liked it.
I did.
I've got some tweaks to make. I'm not happy with it yet.
Okay.
But Raven.gg, I don't know if you guys know this, but we have our Raven.gg t-shirts, which are quite nice. I like they're a company that make e-gamer t-shirts. They're expensive because they're like football shirt material, but they're actually very good quality. I really like the quality of them. So the first one that we have available right now, you just go on there and you kind of just make a generic one. Just make you pick a pattern that they have, you pick your colours, you add your logo, boom, they print it, off you go, right? And it's cool, I like it. So they reached out, they sent me an email not too long ago. I was like, hey, would you like us to design you a bespoke one? What do you mean bespoke? We'll take your theme and the things that you like, and we will design you a shirt that you can sell to your audience on YouTube. And it will be bespoke. And what that means is nobody else who comes and asks us for a design is going to get the same design ever. So it's not like you can copy another channel can go, I like that design and copy it. It'll be yours. I was like, I'm into this. Let's do it.
Is it a protected design then?
It's once ours is finalised, it will be our only design. That'll be it. No one else can have it. So it's protected in the sense that no one else will ever be given this design. So I gave them the channel logo, talked about the fact that we like the Viking theme and the Norse theme. Showed them the old design, and I'll show you what they came up with. I'm excited by this. I think this is cool. But you guys might think it's shit. But I think it's cool. So, do you want to see it or not, or do you not care? Tell me. If scalpers buy 10,000 books and the company wins either way, but at least the people have a chance. I don't disagree with that.
As a shareholder, 2,000 copies is too low, We have a global committed hobbyist interest level of circa 1 million, I believe. The term basically means shopper. We are leaving cash on the table.
I'm a shareholder. I have 10 Games Workshop shares. 10. Big money. And I was like, how many shares do you have to be like a controlling shareholder? And I looked, it's like millions. I was like, oh, I'll just sit here in the corner with my 10 shares.
Yeah. Shut up, Liam.
Yeah. Who wants to see it? Dan says do it. How much would it run? I think they're like 55 or 60 pounds in the UK. They are good quality. I love them. Show me. Okay. Okay, there's 2 that want to see it out of 210 people. 2 people are interested.
Okay. Everybody else, avert your eyes.
Yeah,
except
everyone
for
who
the
doesn't
two
want to see
people
it,
who want to see it.
Stop looking now, because you clearly don't fucking give a shit, all right? Prime thank you for the 5. Controversial, but bump up the prices a bit and have them as made to order instead. Damn sight cheaper than scalpers, but everyone who wants one gets it. Made to order is a popular option right now. It seems that most people don't actually care if they lose the limited editionness of like... I mean, maybe you could do made to order, and if 1,000... maybe if you did made to order and 7,432 people said, I want one, you could go, well, you've got copy number 3 of 7,432. Maybe they could do that. Right? I mean, okay, I'm going to show you now. This is a conceptual design. I already have asked them for some changes. Oh, I should zoom in a bit. Shouldn't I? That's the thing I should do. There you go. This is the first part of it. So I've already asked them to add the in here and drop it down a bit and tweak some of this pattern work a little bit. But this is the first one that they've come up with. I quite like it so far. And
yeah, I like it.
The back of it looks like this. Gamer tag isn't my name, by the way. That would be where your name would go. And then I've asked them to make Great Hall Shield Wall a bit bigger as well. That's the team name for people who want to represent. Right? So there you go. That's what we're working on at the moment. We've promised you more merch. Limited edition is just FOMO made manifest. I mean, it is, but I'm a sucker for limited edition stuff. I'll take 10. Thanks, Star. H looks more like B. Great ball. Exactly. It's a great ball. It's quite nice. Luton, I'll send you one if you'll wear it. Maybe. Yeah, I think we might have to work on the font a little bit, actually. Great
Yeah, I
hole.
wasn't sure about the font, but...
What is it? What does he say? H looks too much like a B. I don't think it does, actually. No, I actually quite like the font.
Sometimes you are so PDA. Infuriating.
Surely you need on the sleeves loose fact, but in Comic Sans. Able, they go up to 5XL. They get quite big. I think at 5XL you get me and Luce in one. I reckon, possibly. No?
No.
Right, chat. We have got 9 minutes before our famed loose fact.
Get your limited edition Dempsey shirts here.
Who says that? Carl, you can fuck off, all right? We have got 9 minutes before your famed loose fact, so you've got to hang out for. And we are, in fact, 42 members away from the target, which you didn't hit last night. Needs an optional front pouch for crisps. I'm in.
Yeah.
I'd fucking love that.
Mini cheddars. A mini cheddars pocket.
Yeah, I need to get them to use my Norse font if I can get them to do it. That's not bad, but most 5XL still show my fucking midriff. How tall are you? Are you like that new AdMech model?
Do you know why we don't have green giant sweet corn adverts anymore? Because he retired.
Okay, right, well, who knows? Font needs more horizontal space, but it should work. Yeah, I mean, I'll get them to work on it. I'm excited, though, because they were like, do you want bespoke? I was like, yeah, cool. I like it. I have to drive to Essex in November. Maybe you can stop by on the way for a cup of tea. I'm not in Essex. I'm in Southampton. Where are you that you're going to come past Southampton to go to Essex?
That's a lucky household that's going to get a Luton at their door in Essex.
You are 100% always welcome for a cup of tea whenever you want, Luton. But I'm not entirely sure we're on the way. Where are you coming from? 6'3". Oh, I'm 6'2". You'll be fine. Probably. PDA, pathological demand avoidance. That's the one, yeah. 6,942 foot tall. Listen, he gifted one. Yay! Celebrate, Luce.
Yay!
Celebrate like you mean it.
Yay!
Shh, kids are asleep.
Yeah, shut up.
Thank you, Ham. You're a hero. 6 via Southampton. Depends where he's coming from. If he's like in Devon, I said on the way. Yeah, I know, but what? I can't.
Isn't really on the way.
I can't think where you're coming from. I'm on the coast. I'm not entirely sure where you're coming from to go via Southampton. I'd buy that shirt. Would they be ready for Xmas? They have a long lead time when you order them, but yes, I think they will be ready for Christmas. And then what? And then hopefully, and we don't. I'll be clear as well. I'll be very clear about this as well, chat. We don't make a lot of money on them. I think we make like £3 or something, or £4 on them. We don't make a lot at all. They're expensive to make because they're print on demand, nice football shirt material. I say nice football shirt material. You never guess what. Joe whinges about it.
No.
I don't like those shirts, Liam. Why? Because they're always a bit snug. Buy a bigger one. Or less monster and cake, Joe.
Leave my cake out of it.
I'm not blaming your cake.
My cake has been made as per the recipe. It's got nothing to do with Joe's screaming teeth.
I'm not going to dox myself. Land's End? You coming from Land's End?
What's doxing?
Yeah, just drop your postcode in chat and your house number and your real name and your bank details in. Right, I have no idea where you're coming from. However, you are 100% welcome for a cup of tea. If depending on when in November as well, I could even take you to the new studio and show you around. Because I'm very excited about that.
No, we had no idea.
5 minutes chat. Only Herm listened. 41 members to go. Have you got a fact selected?
Yeah.
Is it a good one?
I think
or is
so.
it, as a fact, we estimate...
No, I like it.
They won't be limited edition then. They won't be limited edition gassing out. You just print on demand. So there will be no point scalping those shirts. Could I PayPal the cost to you and pay for the jersey? I mean, you could, but why would you do that? Because the company, you can also order them in the US in dollars, and it's probably cheaper for you to get it shipped direct from there. But if it helps you, you can. Dan, new studio, what's that? Dan, do you not know? There's a PayPal link, chat, in the video description below, which is directly for funding the new studio, of which, by the way, a lot of people, thankfully, and I'm very grateful for, have put money into funding the new studio. When I say funding the new studio, I mean actually just building it and decorating it. So we were going to probably be able to fund the main stage area and a bit of storage to start with, and then we were like, well, it's fine, it's a start, and then over the course of the next year we'll buy more storage and we'll put more things in and we'll build more sets. I'm hopeful now that when we go live on the 17th, 18th, 19th of November, that weekend, keep that weekend clear, by the way, chat. There's a lot of streams coming on the Saturday, Sunday, Monday. I've got 2 streams planned every day. So we've got a lot coming, right? But because of you lot, because of all of you beautiful people, our main stage is not only going to be done, but probably better than I ever expected, with our new custom-built table as well. The podcast area will be built now as well, which is amazing. We've also been able to build a complete storage area for armies and terrain. We've built 2 hobby areas for Joe and I to sit with lamp. I can't believe how far we've got because of the incredible donations via PayPal. Some people have been wildly generous, and I need to slap them for being so generous. But what I can say is everything that's been donated via that PayPal link below has 100% gone directly on improvements for the channel and the studio. I'm very excited to show this off. It's been, Luce will tell you, serious moment. It's been a lot of work, right, already. Mm-hmm. But it's really coming on. I'm so fucking excited. Oh yeah, Martin, you won't have seen because you've not been around. I'll DM you at some point. But super exciting news, man. Honestly, we are leveling up a big side. The games are going to level up so much in this new space, and I'm going to be able to move around. And when Joe drops his guts, I'll better step away. It's going to be nice. Although I do think that I'm going to have to put him on the toilet cleaning rotor, and only him.
Only him.
Well, if an individual uses something 18 to 20 times more than any other individual, he should probably be the one that cleans it. Although you've trained him already. You didn't know this.
Oh, have I?
Yep.
Okay.
So the other day he turned up at the studio. This is like last week.
Yeah.
The other day he turned up at the studio, and he, as with wherever Joe goes, anywhere, no matter whether the journey is an hour or 2 hours or 10 minutes, I need the toilet. Good to see you too, Joe. And he walked in the studio, into the little kitchenette and into the bathroom, and he came out and went, "Can I use that?" I was like, "What do you mean, can you use it?" Well, what I'd done is I'd put cleaning stuff down it. I'd cleaned it, obviously, and I put like toilet duct stuff.
Liam, what's happening with the studio? This is amazing news.
It is amazing news, Mike. Thank you so much for the 10. So I put cleaning stuff around it, and he went, "Well, it's all blue, so I don't know if I can use it." Where's he got that from, Luce?
Well, turns out waterboarding does work.
Yeah, that's Luce's rule. If there's blue stuff in the toilet, you can't lose it. What she doesn't tell you is she does both the toilets at the same time. What was the garden?
Yeah, go in the garden, Joe.
Yeah. Joe, I'm disappointed that some of that money hasn't gone to drugs and loose women. That's what gifted memberships are for, John. Drugs and loose women. Talking which, chat, you've got Luce's fact to gift 41 to hit the target, right? No night off for me tomorrow. Stephen gave 5 though. He started. So you haven't got 41 anymore. 38 now. No, that's a fucking bad math. 36 now. Jesus Christ. I'm tired. Let me off. I'll update this. You ready with your fact list?
I'm ready.
You're born ready, weren't you? Oh, that's applause. Don't do that one. That was me. Joe was annoying me. I just put clapping on.
The average bolt of lightning contains enough energy to toast 100 pieces of bread.
100 pieces of bread.
Yeah.
The average bolt of lightning.
The
Again,
average.
these facts are coming loose and fast now, aren't they?
So was there 50,000 people with 2 pieces of bread each and just hoped that...
Why would there be 50? Is it 100,000 pieces of
Yeah.
toast? Oh, if it's 10,000. 100,000 pieces of toast? Mm-hmm. How are you ever going to be...
Which toaster did they use
Does it say
as the metric?
Does it say it generates enough energy?
Yeah.
Right, okay. So it's just how much electricity it takes to run a piece of toast through a toaster.
But which toaster?
I'm sure they're probably...
A particularly shit toaster? A very good toaster? An old toaster? A new toaster? A 4-slice? A 2-slice? Too many variables.
Do you think a 4-slice toaster uses twice as much electricity as a 2-slice toaster?
I think you don't get as nice toasted as with a 2-slice.
Oh, you reckon?
Yeah.
Or do you think a 4-slice toaster is like 1.7 times as much energy as a 2-slice toaster?
Why 1.7?
Well, because I don't know if it's going to be directly scalable at 2 times because there's twice as much toast.
This is what I'm saying.
And how toasted is this? Carl says it. How toasted is this toast?
People like it burnt. People like it mild. There's too many variables. Shit fact.
I thought it was so Martin says I thought it was an underwhelming. Hundreds like Martin, who super chatted his ass off, who's not even got a membership. He thought brilliant. He thought it was just 100 slices.
No.
100,000 slices.
That's not even a lightning bolt. What's that? That's like a suggestion of a thunderstorm.
Smeg toaster. In the meantime, Ghoulie, thank you so much for the 5 gifted. John for the 10, Tony for the 5, and Alex for the 1. You beautiful human beings. Alex has been gifted out, which means... Guess what that means, chat? Hang on, 128. 124. 129. 130. Yeah, it's right. It is right.
I think I'm going to make some turmeric milk and go to bed.
I'm going to make a lem sip and go to bed. It means, chat, you were 14 away from the target. 90% people out there have sympathy for us. 90%. Has Luz just shit on her own fact?
There's too many variables. It's not, I can't.
Stephen's right, though. To end, Stephen is right. People who like it burnt are monsters. How do you have your I mean, you burn it. You used to, before we had a toaster, because we only recently had a toaster, chat, because we were poor, you used to put it under the grill and then walk away.
Yeah.
And like, I think we used to use our fire alarm as, toast done.
Do you know, Ben did that to me ages ago. The fire alarm went off and Ben went, "Is that dinner ready, Mum?" Cheeky shit. I mean, no, it is not.
I mean, it was pretty much a common... Martin says, I'm waiting on my... she's going to read that anyway. What you need to do, Martin, is you need to type !snipe me.
Yeah.
All one word, !snipe me.
Is it not Munch Me anymore?
No, I changed it back from Munch because Munch got a membership.
Oh, Munch.
Yeah. And I don't think !Martin me works. Does it?
It could. Me. It could catch on.
I have no sympathy because I'm sick too. Fair play, talk. I hope you feel better soon, man. Oh my fucking God, look at that. Peter Blake comes in with a 1 shot, 1 kill.
You're the worst Munch ever, Martin.
You're the worst Munch ever. The funny thing is now, when we sit here and say, you're the worst Munch ever, there's like 100 people that know what we're talking about and the rest that don't know.
Big Sauce each says, not how my girl toasts it. She can burn water.
Thank you so much, Peter, for gifting 1 to Martin, you legend. But worst Munch ever.
Worst Munch ever.
Munch was amazing. Munch went without a membership for about 4 streams.
Yeah.
And for about 3 of those streams, we went over 200 members just because chat were just trying to get him a membership.
Aww.
Unbelievable. Anyway, thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight. I hope you guys have enjoyed the stream. I will, honestly, I promise you, I will sit there tomorrow, go through those super chats from today, and add all the ideas about scalpers into an email with my own thoughts as well, and I'll send them to GW. I obviously cannot promise that anything will come of it or that anything will happen. I can promise you that they'll read it. The guy that I have there is incredible, and he wants to help, so they will read it. It doesn't mean they'll actually be able to make any changes. But we'll try. As a community, we can but try to turn this current negative nonsense into positive. Because if this thing is annoying enough people, then hopefully it can bring about positive change in the future. But we'll see, right? We'll see. Come on, chat. Let's get Typhoid Mary here as memberships. Thanks, John. Typhoid Mary. Honest
Every
to
time
God.
I hear that, it makes me laugh.
I just get abused.
Typhoid Mary.
You're not going to do it anyway.
Oh, God. You've killed him.
You're not going to do it anyway because I'm about to go. Because I'm feeling like shit and I need to go to bed. Tomorrow, chat, straight up, no game. Because I don't want people in here for 3 hours sat next to me coughing my guts up to get sick as well. It's not fair. So we're going to do another Talking Heads. It'll be another hour and a half. We'll be live at 7:30. The other big bonus for me personally is if I do a Talking Heads at 7:30 for an hour and a half.
I'm waiting on my free membership over here, Liam.
Bit late here, isn't she? She's reading this out like already happened. Fucking sack her. So yeah, what was I saying? So the other bonus about doing an hour and a half tomorrow night from 7:30 is we'll be done at 9 o'clock, which means Lucy and I get to go to bed early. What's for feeling like toilet, right? Ice drop 50s and not hit. What's that bullshit? Thanks, Carl. You're a legend. You're all legends. You're all amazing people. We love you all dearly. If you haven't already, smash like before you leave. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. 89% of you people decided that they should do more. Like I said, we'll put this email together. We'll see what we can do. No promises, but we're going to try. Thank you so much. Anything you want to say before we go?
No.
I'm going to get that kettle on, so I'm going to have a lemon sip.
Yeah.
Didn't there used to be a weird advert about that? Where they did it like all high-pitched and shit?
Did they?
I don't know.
Do you remember the Soothers advert in the lift?
No, the only one I ever
I
remember...
don't want you, do.
No, I don't remember that, no.
You don't remember that one?
All I ever remember is the Gaviscon advert where it looks like firemen are just spraying semen down her throat. That's the only one that I remember.
Of course you do.
Oh, look at that.
Of course you do.
What's good for heartburn? Semen. Who knew?
Babe, get in here.
Anyway, thank you so much for hanging out with us, like I said. We will see you tomorrow at 7:30. And then Friday, fingers crossed, there'll be a 40k After Dark. The downside is, if there is a 40k After Dark, is because I've cancelled going to a tournament for the weekend because I feel like shit. But we'll see. Right, nothing else from you?
No.
You happy?
Yeah.
Ready for bed?
Yeah.
Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you in the next one.